Well, Coach Brown, you team seem to have a bit of a defensive, offensive lull at some points in the second half. Were you ever concerned at that point, or did you trust that your defense would be able to carry you, especially in the second half?
Well, what was I going to do? We've been, offensively challenged a lot this year. We got a lot of new people, and we're kind of work in progress on that end. But the value of guarding great every night and playing hard every night gives us chances to win games like this. They're hard to defend, and then they junked up their defense a little bit. And they switched a lot, and we got a little careless, but we got careless sometimes against their press, but we also hurt their press, which I thought was, improvement for us, because, this conference, a lot of teams, Louisville, Cincinnati, a lot of teams press you, so this is a good game for us in that regard. But again, we got them to shoot 33%. We got out-rebounded for the first time in quite a while, but I think for the most part our defense carried us, and I think we're all pleased about that.
Their coach had a lot of praise for Marcus Kennedy. He said he remembers Marcus from his AAU days, and talked about his development not only in terms of physical conditioning, but the development of his game. Marcus gives you another double-double tonight. Are you surprised that he's progressed as much as he has this year?
No, I drove Jay Wright crazy. I went to every one of his practices, so I got to see Marcus. Marcus was heavier, but I think Jay felt he was going to be a great player for him. Just didn't work out, but when you're 300 pounds, I think it limits you in a lot of ways. Now, he's much, better physically. He's able to do more things. He got tired tonight. He has to come out a number of times, but he's gotten better and better. And guys on our team are trying to find him. I think sometimes the ball sticks in his hands a little bit, but as long as he keeps trying to guard and rebounding like he has, and he's a post presence for us, it helps everybody. Was Eddie an AAU coach?
I'm sorry?
No, I was kidding.
They sent their associate head coach in.
He was with Washington. I got to see him a lot in the summertime, try to recruit him, but didn't have much luck.
Even without Yannick, you guys are a force underneath the basket. Can you just talk about how important it is to play so well defensively?
Well, Yannick's our best, best defender of the big guys. I think Ben will someday. But it's great. Last year, we didn't have any depth at all. So if we had a guy in foul trouble, or if we had an injury, we just couldn't overcome it. This year we've been real fortunate. I could play 10, 11 guys on this team, and I think we all feel pretty confident that we do the things that will give us a chance to win. But you got to have guys that protect the rim, especially the way the game's being called now. It's really hard for the perimeter people. They got a difficult job to stay in front of people. That was the thing I thought was great tonight. First half, Matt got 8 free throws, but he does that on everybody. But for the most part, we kept them in front of us, and that doesn't happen very often.
Do you have any update on Yannick's injury and when he might be back?
No, they said 3 to 6 weeks. As a coach, I was hoping it'd be 3, but we don't really know. He won't come back unless he's ready to play. he's anxious to get back. He says he's feeling good. He's eating, gained some weight. He's lifting weights. So, you know, I think he'll be back sooner than later.
At 15 wins and in third place in this league, are you talking to your players about the NCAA tournament and what it will take to get there?
I talked about it last year. So, you know, last year was the first year I've been involved in a program that didn't go to the tournament, so I just assumed that, you know, you'd go to the tournament. But we talk about that from day one. That's, you know, when we asked Yannick and Sterling and Ben and Keith to come here, you know, we wanted to make kids feel like you come here, you know, play in the tournament every year. We still got a hill to climb. You know, we got some tough games ahead, but it's right there for us to do. And we got, as long as we rebound, defend, and share the ball, you know, I think we'll put ourselves in a good position one way or another. But we've still got a lot of things that we have to improve on. But that's, why would you come here and coach if you didn't feel like that was a given? That's the way I feel.
Your team's in the receiving votes category now, as these
Yeah, we got up to 6 one time.
are you
That's
feeling
about
like
2 more times than I saw you on the trail.
Get even higher this year as these wins pile up in confidence?
I mean, every time I look at it, you know, like Virginia winning the other night, that was tough for me to play in North Carolina, but in the back of my mind, I'm saying, you know, when Connecticut plays, you're hoping they do well. When A&M plays, you hope they do well. So it's a big deal. But the one thing I've found, you know, if you have a reputation, a lot of people just assume you're a tournament team. But we have to earn that. You know, and I think the fact that we have Team Memphis twice, Louisville, Connecticut, Cincinnati again on our schedule, people like that, those are teams that if you do well, you know, help your position.
Do your players act like they think they're a tournament team yet?
I'm not so sure. I was watching the women's figure skating. My daughter skated at one time, but and the commentators were talking about this look in their eye. You can tell who's gonna make it and who's not. And I remember when we went to Cincinnati and Louisville, you know, I looked in their eyes and I looked in our guys' eyes. There's a belief amongst those really special programs that they're going to win, and they're going to have success, things are going to go the right way. I'm not so sure we got that yet, but we're getting closer. Heck, people are complimenting us when we lose to Louisville on the road. You know, if you were at Kansas, North Carolina, UCLA, there'd be this dark cloud over you, you know, if you lost the game. But I think our guys realize, when I asked them why we lost to Cincinnati and Louisville and why we were lucky enough to beat Connecticut, every one of the kids said we played harder at Connecticut than Connecticut did. And we didn't play as hard as Cincinnati and Louisville. So if they can make a statement like that, I think maybe they're starting to think that there's a chance.